Hello, welcome back to Math is Easy Step by Step. This is a part 2 video finding which of the following expressions is equivalent to cubed root of 343 times x to the 9th times y to the 7th power. So we left off video part 1 in going over and explaining how you may have to manually break down all the values inside this cubed root if not given a scientific calculator. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take that 343 and I'm going to break it down manually. And then later in the video, I'll also show you how to break down the x to the 9th and y to the 7th variable exponential powers. So the key here, the key in going over each of those answers, A, B, C, D, and E, every one of them had a 7 in the answer. So that kind of got me thinking, hey, maybe I should start with a 7. So 7 divided into 343 manually is the closest number times 7. That gets me closest to 34. 7 times 4 gets me 28. That's pretty close to 34. 7 times 5 would put me over. 7 times 5 is 35. So I'm going to use the 4. 7 times 4 is 28. I'm going to subtract 28 from 34. That leaves me a 6. There's no number times 7 that gives me a 6, so I'm going to bring down the 3. 7 times 9 is 63. So I'll subtract 63. I get a remainder of 0. So 7 times 49, I'm showing you here, equals 343. Now I got to try to break down that 49. 49 is 7 times 7. So I know that 7 times 7 times 7 equals 343. And remember, in a cubed root, you need 3 of the exact same term in order to pull out just one value, free that one value from that cubed root jail. And so you can see that here. Now, a lot of clues. You can get a lot of clues from those possible answers, A through E. What I'd like to do now is use what's called expanded form to show all of the values inside the cubed root here, in its simplest form. So again, this is what you got to do if you're not given a scientific calculator to break all of this down, right? So I know 343 is 7 times 7 times 7. And x to the 9th is x times x times x 9 times. Y to the 7th is y times y 7 times. If you haven't seen my exponential videos or my invisible one videos, please watch those. They will help clarify a lot of these things I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you about. Okay? So check those videos out. I'm going to break this down exponentially in expanded form to show you what the values are inside. Now, I'm saving this. I don't want to confuse you, but I'm going to show you there's two ways, always more than one way to get to the solution. And there's always more than one way to show your work. And I don't want to confuse anybody. I'm going to come back right here. So again, 343 is 7 times 7 times 7 times x to the 9th times y to the 9th. I'm showing you that here. 9x's gives you x to the 9th. Multiplying 7y's gives you y to the 7th. Okay, so now I've broken it down in expanded form. And for each of these three pairs, I can pull out 1 7. I can pull out x to the first power, another x to the first power, another x to the first power, because we have three pairs of x's. I'm going to show you that in a moment. I have y times y times y. That's y to the first. Y times y times y. That's y to the first. What's 1 plus 1? Y to the second power. So again, I have 3 7s. I can pull one out. I have three pairs of x's. That's x to the third power. Y to the second power right here. But I'm left, there's an individual y inside this cube root. Okay, so that's one way to solve this particular problem. The next way I'm going to show you, both answers are equivalent to each other. But when I look here, when I look right here at this answer, is it an option? Do we have a y inside of a cubed root when I bring back the problem? None of these options have a y inside a cubed root. So I knew something is going wrong. And again, the key are these fractional 7 to the third power attached to the y. 7 to the third power attached to the y. So let me show that to you now. I'm pretty pressed for time. I'm only allowed so much time with these videos. So let me show that to you here in breaking it down in another way. So here again we have 7 times 7 times 7 is at 343. These are all the x's broken down, and I'm going to leave my y to the 7th power right here. Okay, so I can pull out 1 7, I can pull out 3 x's. That gives me 7 times x to the 3rd power. That y to the 7th is inside the cube root. If you've watched my video on exponential powers, and remembering the last video, part 1, I explained those fractional exponential powers, what they mean. The denominator represents the root, and here it's the cube root. The numerator, the top part of the fraction, represents the power to the term inside, or the exponential power associated with the variable. So 7 over 3. And that's how you get this answer here. 7 times x cubed times y to the 7/3 power. The answer is A. Again, that 7 represents the y to the 7th power. The 3 in the exponent's denominator, in the denominator of this fractional exponent represents the cubed root. They wrote the answer using fractional exponents. And if you didn't know that, this would have been an extremely difficult question to answer. Math is easy. Take it step by step. Thank you for joining me. And if I have helped you, please help me to continue to come to you. I appreciate your time and your gifts. Thank you so much.